Up ahead, it's a battle for the podium. Goatly, Mamu, and Kemma still staying really close behind each other. Joe Beef picking up a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. And we do have Alex. Looks like he is making a move on Ricky Stanicki. Ricky Stanicki having a little bit of a lockup right there. Got a little bit wiggly, and Alex as well, but still staying right in front. Do want to give a shout out to Mini Tony up in P6. Really showing that he's improving with the no assist. And it looks like Mamu is going to lose a position from Kemma. So Kemma now in P3, Mamu in P4. And we also have a little bit of a switch around with Pauly D and Autron. So respects for Autron because he is staying up late. If I'm not mistaken, he is European time. He chose to race today, and big respects for staying awake. My eyes would be closing if I were him. But he does have a Pauly D who is going to get the DRS on this upcoming straight. Looks like Pauly is going to make the move right before the braking zone. Altron not really fighting against it. Pretty wise decision. They've been both just pulling each other along in front of Dragon Pengus. So now Dragon Pengus over 3 seconds behind both of them. And oh, it looks like Alex might be looking to make a move on Ricky Stanicki. So both Goatly and Kemma doing really well to save up on that battery. Kemma is going to get the DRS. So Kemma does have those medium tires, so Goatly does have the upper hand at the moment. Kemma is closing in, but is he going to be able to make a move? Looks like he won't. He is a little bit too far back. So Fur now picking up a 3-second penalty, and Mamu also really close on the back of Kemma. P-Thom sitting quite comfortably 3 seconds ahead of, of Goatly of P2. And I think that is Alex also looking to go on the inside of Ricky Stanicki. So a little bit of a switch around with these two. Alex now in P11, Ricky Stanicki P12. They do have Chernobyl, who is keeping an eye on them. And that is a yellow flag. That is the Yuppie, who has missed out on his left end plate, unfortunately. Drivers have to be really, really careful to be right behind him because he is going to be slow into the corners. And that is a Red Bull of Dragon Pengus on the grass as well. And Mini Tony actually picking up a 3-second penalty, unfortunately. Oh, there are quite a number of cars right behind each other, and that is a bit of contact between Chernobyl and Ricky Stanicki. Not exactly sure if Chernobyl picked up damage. It looks like, yeah, he is missing his left end plate. And no, the Mini Tony picking up a 10-second penalty now for speeding in the pit lane. Having a really good race, but unfortunately that is gutting. So quite a few drivers picking up those 10-second penalties. Ricky Stanicki looking to make a move on the Yuppie. And I believe that is Dragon Pengus going in the middle and manages to get past both of them. A little bit of contact between quite a few drivers right there. So again, the Yuppie is missing that in place, so he is going to be much slower than the other drivers entering the corner. Bit of a battle here between Mamu and Armanson. So Mamu does have the fresher tire, so he is going to have to get past Armanson, who's on 12 lap old mediums. And is he going to make a move on this corner? Sometimes it's a bit of a risk, but looks like it paid out, and Mamu is up to P11 with a fantastic overtake on Armanson there. We do have Aaron entering the pits, getting out of those medium tires, now using the hard compounds. Kemma's still doing well to stay within that DRS gap of Goat Lee, even despite being on 13 lap old mediums. And that is a yellow flags. I believe that may be... Actually, I don't know. Don't see anything happening, but Dragon Penga's getting past Mini Tony, who unfortunately has, if I'm not mistaken, 13 seconds. Yeah, 13 seconds of penalty. So 3 drivers with 13 seconds. Defer, Relativity, and Mini Tony. Joe Beef with 10 seconds, and Dragon Pangus with only 3 seconds. And joining the penalty party, that is Ricky Stanicki picking up a 3-second penalty. It looks like Mamu is going to try making the overtake on the outside of Ricky Stanicki. Mamu making some money moves. It's a really nice overtake done on Ricky Stanicki. Is going to go for another one, up to P7 now. So Mamu is a man on a mission. Doing really well at the moment. It looks like up in the back, there is Mini Tony looking to get the overtake done on Dragon Pengus. So Mini Tony does have fresh tires, Dragon Pengus as well. And up ahead, Kemma still staying close behind Goat Lee, and looks like he is going to be the first one to pit. Of course, he is on the medium tires, Goat Lee on the hards. So Goat Lee will be staying out for quite a little bit. Aaron now picking up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. And it looks like Dragon Pengus and Mini Tony having some good battles over here. Both of them going back and forth and running the penalties. Yeah, Mini Tony with 13, Dragon Pengus 3. Oh, and I see what happened. So Scargo, unfortunately, was not able to take control of his car earlier. So he, typical EA. Like I said before, I think EA is just trying to make sure it gets all the glitches, all the problems out before the new release that makes you want to buy the new game. Oh, Ricky Stanicki closing in quite close on the Yuppie. again a little bit with the switch around with Mini Tony and Dragon Pangus. We do have Kemma closing in on the back of Pauly D, so Pauly D does have those tires. He has not yet pit. Kemma is definitely going to have that tire advantage and gets back up to P3 with an easy overtake on Pauly. And looks like Atron has pit and is going to come out behind of Relativity. Does have quite a few drivers right behind them. So that is a bit of a train of cars, and it looks like Dragon Pengus is going to try going for the overtake, manages to get it done. Atron not letting it go. It looks like Dragon Pengus is going to get the better hand, manages to get the overtake done up to P11 at the moment. It does have the pressure of the other three drivers right behind him. It looks like Atron looking to make the move, chooses to back out. He is going to get the DRS on this next area, and we do have, I believe, our Madsen looking to make a move on Mini Tony. And up ahead, Ricky Stanicki. A bit of a 3 wide between these drivers. That was Atron picking up a 3-second penalty, so Aaron is going to get the better hand over here. So he is on the fresher tires, the MP on 16-lap-old hards, Ricky Stanicki on 17-lap-olds, Aaron with 4-lap-old hards. So definitely a tire difference. Looks like Atron is... These four are very entertaining, I must say. Mini Tony sniffing the gearbox of Dragon Pangus. Is he going to try looking to make the move? Dragon Pangus actually braking earlier and Mini Tony just not braking. And Dragon Pangus is going to get that position back. Our Manson just staying close behind. He does have no penalties at the moment, so he can do quite well to actually gain a lot of positions at the end. And up ahead, looks like we have Pauly D finally deciding to change out of those tires. Alex has yet to pit as well, and the top two, who actually have quite a great gap, 23 seconds. Yeah, 23 seconds from between P2 and P3. And unfortunately, Goat Lee picking up now a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. And Dragon Pangus as well, so all the penalties are just falling down. Is a yellow flags. I'm not exactly sure where that is coming from. I don't know. I don't see anybody with any wing damage, so hopefully it was just a car that was slowing down. And oh cool, that is Alex. I'd be a little bit nervous being stopped in the middle of the pits, or in the middle of the track trying to go back into the pits. My goodness. And we do have Ricky Stanicki actually choosing to go on these soft tires. Beathon picking up a 3-second penalty. That's a rare mistake from him. do have Dragon Penguin still on the back of our Manson. Ultron actually breaking away from them, and Betham picking up the fastest lap with the 121.5, despite being on 20 lap old hards. I am curious to see what the soft runners are going to be able to put in terms of time. But oh, that is a Ferrari in the middle of the track. I believe that is that's Ultron. He's having a really good race, and that's super unfortunate. And he is trying to get back on to the track. Does really well. Does have Alex coming around, and looks like he is going to get that pass done easily as Ultron recovers. So it might be those cold tires, as it does take a couple of laps for them to actually kick in. We do have Dragon Pengus on the back of Mini Tony, and he is going to get that flap open and look for that overtake. Manages to get it done easily up to P9 Dragon Pengus now. And oh, it looks like Dragon Pengus having a little bit of a mishap right there, and Mini Tony getting the advantage and just driving through. Oh, very close to the rear of Mini Tony there. So really nice battling between these two. And we also have Alex with the soft tires closing in quite a bit on Ultron. Does have the DRS on him, and Chernobyl joining the penalty party as well, 3-second penalty. Alex really using all that grip on the soft tires to try making a move on Ultron. He is going to get the DRS on this upcoming straight. Goes a little bit wide, but still a pretty decent exit, and Mini Tony getting past Dragon Pengus, so again a little bit of a switch around between these two. We will take a look at the penalties again here on lap 23. So Beefar, Goatly, Aaron, Ricky Stanicki, Ultron, Alex, Chernobyl, Relativity took 4 with 3 seconds each. Joe Beef with 13, Mini Tony as well with 13, Dragon Pengus with 6 penalties there. So quite a lot of penalties on the grid. Mini Tony is going to get the DRS on Dragon Pengus. It looks like up ahead, Kemma getting past Goalie, who actually is just coming out of the pits with the soft tires. So 4 laps remaining, including this one. Goalie is going to be on the better tire at the moment, better grip. Again, Mini Tony and Dragon Pengus having a little bit of a switch around again. Mini Tony now up in P9, Dragon Pengus in P10. Alex closing in quite a bit on Ultron as well. Well, it looks like Alex actually had a much better entrance and exit to that corner. Has closed a little bit more of a gap on Ultron. Mini Tony now picking up another 3-second penalty. So that is 16 seconds for Mini Tony. Oh, and Alex actually missing the braking and rear-ending Ultron. Does really want to keep the car straight, but very unfortunate, as now he has lost a lot of time on Ultron, over a second and a half now. And as that happened, Kemma actually getting overtaken by Goat Leaf, who has that 3-second penalty. And I will say, Yuppie, who had pit very early in the start, if I'm not mistaken, on lap 2 when the safety car was out, still managing to put in a P6 at the moment. And if I'm not mistaken, Aaron actually has 3 seconds, so he probably won't be able to close that gap, but still doing really well to keep the car in that position. Brandon Eli not picking up a 3-second penalty, so only very few drivers who have not picked up the penalty. Demo, Mamu, Yuppie, Pauly D, or Manson. 5 drivers out of 18 at the moment with no penalties. And looks like Dragon Pengus might be looking to make him overtake on Mini Tony on the outside. Is he going to get the move done before the braking zone? And he is. Yeah, no, these two have been having a really good race today. It has been quite entertaining. And B-Thom, I was just wondering when he was going to pit, has entered the pits. Most likely going to change into the soft tires. Does have a pretty comfortable gap ahead of Goatley and Kemma. Looks like he is going to still come out of the pits ahead of them. They are rounding around the corner, the final corner, but yeah, looks like he's going to have a really good gap, and Goatley getting the fastest lap of 121.2. And in the back, looks like S4R getting the overtake done on Relativity. So we're on the penultimate lap. And S4R now picking up another 3-second penalty. So Kemma is looking for a P2, a net P2, considering Goatley does have that 3-second penalty. I'm trying to see if any other drivers will be affected by theirs. Mini Tony with 13 seconds. Ricky Stanky just has to stay within those 13 seconds, and he is able to guarantee a top 10. So they are on the final lap. Kemma still within that gap of Goatley's penalty. Goatley actually trying to extend it. And that is the yellow flags. I believe that's S4R letting the leading drivers pass. But ooh, we also have Arn Manson on the back of Pauly D. And is he going to make the move? So Arn Manson up to P7 now. So quite a few duos showing some really good entertainment, really good battles. We do have Beef rounding around the final corner. I wonder if he's gonna go try doing donuts or try reversing back into the checkpoint. No, he isn't. Gets the win. And Goatley is going to cross the line, but looks like Kemma is going to steal away that P2 position. However, Goatley is still going to get that podium of P3, having an 11-second gap ahead of Mamu. Do have Pauly D looking to make the move on R. Manson. Looks like he went a little bit wide right there. And is R. Manson going to try going for the move on the outside or try going for a switchback? And oh, Pauly D doing really well to put his car in the middle of the track and not let R. Manson have any space to make the move. But Pauly D, P7 and R. Manson P8, really entertaining towards the end right there. Do have Mini Tony serving the 10-second penalty from earlier. So that is going to drop him down to P13, unfortunately. He was having a really, really good race. And that is Dragon Pengus with Driver of the Day. Honestly, well deserved, actually. I believe he climbed up quite a lot of positions there. I know, it looks like I am getting a black screen. Alright, well, I'll see my system over here. So we do have Betham on the win with a, yeah, with a... Oh, there we go. Okay, I was wondering what was happening there. Okay. So yeah, so we do have Betham for the win. And right next to him in P2, we do have Kemma and Goat Lee also sharing the podium. Goat Lee also picking up the fastest lap with a 121.3. Honestly, surprised Betham didn't take it, but great job from Goat Lee. Followed in P4 is Mamu. Then Aaron on his first race with us manages a P5. P6 we have the Yuppie, Pauly D, Armanson, Dragon Pengus, Ricky Stanicki, Autron, Alex, Mini Tony, Chernobyl, Relativity, Tafur, Brandon Eli, Joe Beef, and unfortunately our two DNFs, Escargo, who wasn't able to take control of the car, and Louis, who I don't exactly know, I believe he had a glitch in the race start, so very unfortunate for him. We do have a break next week, but yeah, we will be back in 2 weeks, and we will be in Portugal. So everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you get our our notifications for when we're live, and we will catch you guys next week.